Welcome to today's Explainer. I am so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something really special. We've got an AI-assisted Impact Explainer, and we are looking at the authentic, publicly available ministry reports from IGRM Canada, that's International Gospel Response Ministries, for the week of May 4th to the 10th, 2026. My goal today is pretty simple, honestly. I want to guide you through the real, on-the-ground data to show you exactly how small, consistent acts of faith and compassion are literally transforming communities. Let's get right into it.
But hey, before we look at the numbers, we really need to understand the heartbeat behind them, right? IGRM Canada is a registered charity, and they have a very specific mission. They focus on equipping disciples and leaders to bring what they call the whole gospel to the whole person. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means they aren't just looking at one single aspect of life. They're looking at the spirit, the body, the heart, the mind, and the social life. It's all about serving communities respectfully, responsibly, and, with absolute dignity. Okay, here's our roadmap for today's global journey. We'll be looking at hope rising in Kenya, growing in DR Congo, equipping global leaders online, real lives, real transformation, and finally, how you can be part of the impact. All right. Section 1, Hope Rising in Kenya, where we're looking at how they're serving refugee families.
Right now, local leaders are walking closely with refugee families in the Kakuma and Kolobie camps. Now, these are places where families often face immense everyday uncertainty. Yet, look at this impact, 1,145. In just one single week, local leaders conducted 28 practical activities, resulting in over 1,145 participant engagements. A lot of people actually join more than one activity, which tells us a really powerful story about growing trust. People are coming back, they're finding a deep sense of community connection and belonging.
And remember, behind every single one of those engagements is a real human face. Out there on the ground, you'll find these large gatherings, people coming together indoors for worship and community. And if you step outside, you'll find youth mentorship circles. Picture a leader sitting on a simple log, just speaking directly into the lives of young people. I mean, this is what dignity looks like. It's not flashy at all. It's just authentic, consistent care.
So when we actually break down those engagements, the vast majority of participation centers around two main areas. We've got worship and Bible teaching at 579 engagements and children's ministry at 417. And you might be wondering, why does this matter so much? Well, in environments that are just filled with uncertainty, worship provides real spiritual resilience. And those children's ministries? They create safe, loving, and joyful spaces where kids can just be kids, building friendships across completely different cultures.
I think this next quote perfectly captures the heart of the whole report. A community member in Kenya shared this: "When we come together to pray and learn, we feel stronger and encouraged again. We know we are not alone." That right there, that is the authentic human impact. It's not exaggerated at all. It's simply the quiet, powerful transformation of knowing you are supported and loved by your community.
Moving on to Section 2, Growing in DR Congo, looking at seeds of hope.
Now we are traveling over to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where seeds of hope are really growing through faith and community unity. During this exact same week in May, IGRM DR Congo recorded over 471 participant engagements across 22 different activities. And again, this was totally driven by local leaders serving their very own communities with such humility. They focused on everything from children's classes to home fellowship, pastoral care visits, and some absolutely crucial skills training.
In these communities, children are sitting together, learning joyfully in safe environments, while families are gathering indoors for worship and encouragement. What might look like just a small gathering from the outside is actually the bedrock of community resilience. It's exactly where people discover hope again and where they find a sense of peace right in the middle of their daily challenges.
And these consistent activities, they produce highly practical outcomes. Families are being supported emotionally through home visits. Youth are being guided with real purpose through those mentorship circles. Local leaders are being trained in integrity and servant leadership. Plus, practical vocational skills are being taught, which directly helps individuals move toward greater independence and long-term stability. It's a real game changer.
Just listen to this beautiful quote from a young participant in the DR Congo. They said, "Before, I felt alone and without direction. Now I feel supported, encouraged, and ready to help others too." Did you catch that last part? Ready to help others too? That is the ultimate goal of the whole gospel approach right there. It doesn't just uplift one person, it equips them to become a source of strength and support for the rest of their entire community.
Okay, Section 3,
equipping global leaders online and connecting disciples.
So how exactly does a charity in Canada connect and support all these local leaders across completely different continents? Well, through fully online sessions via Zoom. Over 95 participant engagements were recorded this week. 76 of those were specifically for global servant leadership and discipleship multiplication training, and 19 joined for unified online worship. The best part? All of this is coordinated from Canada and kept completely free of charge. This ensures that leaders in limited resource environments actually get the support they need without any financial pressure.
And what are they actually teaching in these sessions? They are tackling real-world barriers to church multiplication. We're talking about the overdependency on a few leaders, a lack of mentoring, and language differences in multicultural services. By addressing these issues head-on, they are equipping emerging leaders to step up, use inclusive communication, and really build self-reliant ministries that don't just endlessly depend on outside help.
That brings us to Section 4, Real Lives and Real Transformation.
Whether we are looking at a refugee camp, a rural village, or a digital Zoom room spanning 3 continents, this unified global journey is all about authentic human transformation. Look at this. A group of youth and children gathered under a simple structure made of branches and tarps. It's such a profound visual reminder that you really don't need a grand, expensive building to create lasting change. Small, consistent acts of faith, like just gathering to learn, to pray, to encourage one another, are building deep resilience and peace from within these communities.
And the reach just continues to expand. To support these local efforts, IGRM Canada is really leaning into digital tools. They're sharing recorded teachings directly with churches in Kenya and the DRC. They are utilizing AI-assisted video impact reports, literally exactly like the explainer you are watching right now, to communicate with total transparency. This kind of global digital outreach ensures that emerging leaders always have access to continuous, respectful, and responsible support.
Finally, Section 5. Be part of the impact and support the mission. You know, all of this incredible work is only possible because international supporters, local volunteers, and church partners are working together organically, totally driven by compassion. And IGRM Canada warmly invites you to be a part of it. You can pray for these growing communities, volunteer your time, give financially to sustain this crucial weekly ministry, and keep that leadership training free, or simply just share this explainer with a friend to spread the hope.
And look, transparency is absolutely vital here. Everything we've discussed today is based on authentic, detailed weekly impact reports. You don't have to just take my word for it. You can visit the link right here on the screen, igramimpact.org/reports/ to read these documents for yourself. It really is a beautiful testament to accountability and genuine NGO-style service. We've seen today how faith and compassionate action are strengthening families, guiding youth, and equipping leaders all across the globe. It's a powerful reminder of what actually happens when we commit to caring for the spiritual, physical, and emotional needs of others. So I want to leave you with this final question. How will you help bring the whole gospel to the whole person today? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.